Oh, wait. Okay.
Me and Steve here. We're at Miss Susie's house. This is building community special. Steve, we're about to make the presentation. Okay.
I'm excited about it, and you'll see that.
He was silenced. He was executed. He was he was beaten. He was beaten into submitting.
We've got a great guest with us here today. We've got actually two great guests with us today. We've got the phenomenal artist, Marcy Morris, and you've got a guest there next to you, Marcy. Who do you have there with you?
Alexander is with us today. I'm going to bring him a
You're
little closer.
Steve, back in October 2022, when we started doing the work around the Alexander McClay Williams project, trying to get the courthouse named after him, I reached out to Marcy Morris. I had an idea about the picture that I had seen, and I'm gonna share the screen in a moment. The picture that we've seen so many times of Alexander McClay Williams, and let me go ahead and do it now. And I was so tired of seeing this same picture of this young man, this boy. He had to look a different way at some point in his life. He didn't always look like this. So I called up Marcy and I said, "Hey, Marcy, what do you think of doing a reimagined version of Alexander McClay Williams? Show us what he might look like on any other day. On any other day besides sitting here with," this is District Attorney, Delaware County District Attorney. His name was William McCarter. William McCarter was his name. See, that is an ice pick in the hand of District Attorney William McCarter. And this is what we call a photo op. It's a staged photo op where you sit the criminal down in front of a camera, you take a picture, and you show him the weapon that he used. And so when I reached out to you, Marcy, you said, "Hey, let me give this some thought. Let me see what I come up with." And what you came up with, I keep saying phenomenal, is back there behind you. I had a chance to see it up close and personal today. It makes you sad. It just flat out makes you sad to think about a 16-year-old boy, mostly isolated from everybody. You said it, being beaten, being interrogated, being just abused by adults. You know, these police, these attorneys, all these people just abusing him by himself. And
And they needed a scapegoat. They wanted him to be the face
right.
of the murderer.
What was it like for you to put the paintbrush down and look at it and think to yourself, it's done?
Oh, that's a good question. I got to a point, and where the painting, that the image of the painting that I sent to you, this is before it was completely done. When I feel that it's done, then after I said, okay, I wanted to tweak this and I wanted to tweak that, and I signed my name. And I used to sign my name about 50 times, literally, because I would get so very meticulous about it. Now I do it to say, you've got 1 or 2 tries. I did this the first time, and let it go. It's time to let it go, because it's not mine anymore.
But we can appreciate your artistic attention to the details, and I can't see both photos simultaneously. But for example, you talk about the nose maybe wasn't quite exactly as it was, but on the other hand, you created his appearance with his mouth open this time, so that's going to force the nose to be a little different shaped. So maybe you're being overly critical. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it is you're not happy with.
I am. I'm sure I am sure I am. Those are the things where there are times where it's like, I've had to say, each time I do a portrait, Marcy, it's time to let go now.
Yeah. Butch, I wanted to say this because this is really for me the first time I think seeing the recreated photo. It brings me back to when we walked the grounds of the Glen Middle School. You and I, what was it, a few months ago or maybe a little longer, and we walked up to the building that he lived in. We stood at the front entrance to that building. Up until then, my only image of him was the previous photo.
Right.
Now I'm seeing this, which could have been him on any given day, before he was accused or, framed, whatever you want to call it. And I'm imagining him, say, walking out of the door of that building and greeting us, and this is what he might have looked like. Just a more relaxed, eyes wide open, looking forward to coming outside and seeing the world, before he would know that, that world was going to come crashing down on him.
Marcy, you said this earlier, something like this. To humanize him, to make him a boy again, as opposed to a criminal, a suspect, it's crucial. Let's not leave him as the boy with the ice pick in his face.
Okay.
Me and Steve here, we're at Miss Susie's house. This is a building community special. Steve, we're about to make the presentation. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Miss Susie, thank you for having us. About a year and a half ago, I reached out to Marcy, who is an artist, and I asked Marcy to consider coming up with another version of a picture of your brother. So everybody was so used to seeing that one over there in the corner that we thought it would be a good idea to show a different way that Alexander might look. Marcy is an incredible artist, and she has something she'd like to present to you.
Okay. Okay.
And this is for you.
It's a nice looking picture.
What you think?
It looks nice. And it looks his age. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
No, I think it's remnants of him, but
I want to see.
oh, bad. I was wrong.
Looks like it was put there.
It's like it was meant to
The
be.
nail was put there
Like the
for
wall was built around the front.
Wow.
What do you think, Miss Susie?
I think it's good. I didn't know him. I never saw him. I was a year old when they killed him. It was a terrible thing. Can you imagine what my mom and dad went through?